This is a very sensitive subject because obviously it involves people I know, and obviously things that I never really knew was going on inside interracial families. Now, I'm not sure for the title of this video whether I'm going to call it the conspiracy inside schools and against mixed race children. I'm not quite sure, but mixed race children are actually under attack by racist teachers. And what I find quite strange, in 2017, the number of mixed race children who are taking drugs or who fall to the wayside, there's more to it, or there's more to this epidemic than meet the eye. There's racism involved, but what I find quite strange is, number one, the school teachers are behind this racism, and number two, the government are not doing anything to address racism against mixed race children. Now, what is interesting is that while the LGBT are forcing homosexual studies into schools because they believe it will help 5-year-olds from not being bullied, so the LGBT have forced homosexual studies into schools so that children are aware, politically and socially engineered for this gay agenda. The government don't mind that. The system don't mind that. The New World Order don't mind that. How is it when it comes to mixed race children, it's okay for them to be racially abused? I won't mention any names, but Saturday I went to a party, and this was a black guy, well, much his profession, and a white woman. Well-balanced family. Well-balanced family. A black guy and a white woman. I never knew that the mixed race person was self-harming. She was self-harming with a knife. Now, if that was LGBT doing that, self-harming, or a gay child or a lesbian child, the media would be on it. There would be an outcry. Watchdog will get onto it. But because it's a mixed race child, the media don't care. If it was a Muslim terrorist child, the media would be on it. Oh, look at this, Islamophobia, look at this. But because it is a mixed race child, nobody cares. And as a result, the parent had to pull the child from school, which means that they will not be able to engage socially with communication in the future because they're not hanging out with their own peers. Another mixed race child from the same party, balanced family, also had problems. And I began to realize that this is a serious issue inside interracial relationship. But why is it black men, white women, black women are not talking about it? How is it we have to be behind the LGBT? We have to feel their pain. We have to subject our children to our kids listening to homosexual studies, putting their dildo in front of a 4-year-old boy, teaching them how to do oral as if that's going to be homosexual studies. But that we will suffer and put up with. But mixed race children, all we want is that they're not abused. All we asked is that they're not racially victimized. And yet it's happening so bad. And it's so epidemic But the white system does not care. The government does not care. The head of education secretary does not care because it's mixed race children. If it was LGBT, homosexual, lesbian, pedophile, you name it, queer, gay, bisexual, the whole system, the Rudolph Murdoch's newspaper would be behind it. They'd put their support behind it. If it was a Muslim terrorist, children being bullied, the whole system would be behind it, supporting them. But because it is mixed race children, nobody cares. It forces me to question. So when it forces me to reevaluate my old thinking. A lot of people, whether we like it or not, we're going to be honest, we all raised up, to be, how can I put it, we have stereotypes regarding race, whether we like it or not, and we think to ourselves that certain races shouldn't mingle, blah blah blah, because it's unhealthy. But when we begin to break it down, there's nothing wrong with interracial mixing. Those mixed race children would have no problem if they were not racially victimized. It is society who has the problem. It's society who has created them into self-harming and into damaged products. It is society who is to blame, racist society. But nobody has the will, nor the care, nor the compassion to fight the cause for mixed race children. Mixed race girls, especially those who are pretty, quote unquote, by European standards or Mediterranean standards with the olive skin, they get victimized by white girls and they get victimized by black girls. The mixed race guys, they get victimized by, funny enough, mainly black guys in schools. So mixed race children go through hell. They go through hell. But nobody says nothing. If this was LGBT children, if this were lesbian, are we all bisexual or something? We all got something to hide? Why is it everybody's on the bandwagon protecting gay children, gay 3-year-old, 3-year-old transgender child? We're all behind it protecting them. But when it comes to our own mixed race families, anything goes. We don't mind them being victimized. Think about that for a moment. It makes me quite cross, really cross at people I care about, families I care about. But because they're mixed race, the system, the government, the education secretary do not care. And because we don't care about our interracial families, because we don't care about mixed race families, nobody cares. Even black women with white men, you can guarantee behind closed doors those kids are going through racism at school. But the government, they're not going to add weight to stop it. This is a proof that the LGBT agenda, the government is pushing it. The government is behind it, because we're run by a pack of pedophiles. We're run by a pack of homosexual government, filthy Satanists, and that's the reason why they don't care about us. As long as they push the sexual revolution, the perversion, that's all they care about. But to sort out the problem of bullying that is done towards mixed race children, that they're not bothered about. I had to make this video because I was so angry. I had to get it off my chest. I never knew that bullying towards mixed race children was so epidemic. They kept it quiet. They kept it quiet. If this was LGBT, oh my God. I dare black parents, white parents, to bring this to local authorities and say you want to introduce an education of some sort to deal with bullying, you know, against biracial children, and I guarantee you'll get nowhere. Now you says your 4-year-old son or 4-year-old daughter is gay or lesbian, and I guarantee you'll get somewhere. And you tell me there's no agenda?